In Lesson 4, we will be studying the Pali alphabet. As you can see, in total there are 40 letters in the Pali alphabet, 31 consonants, 8 vowels, and a pure nasal sound called anuswara, the M with a dot under it, which we met in the last lesson. The pronunciations of the alphabet in order is as follows: A, I, U, A, O, K, G, N, Ch, J, Ñ, T, D, N, T, D, N. And finally the labials P, B, M. The last group are the semivowels followed by the sibilants Ya, Ra, La, Va, Sa and Ha. These letters can be written in more or less any script. There is no such thing as a Pali script. Pali has been written in many scripts in the past and is written in different scripts in the present. In Sri Lanka, the Sinhalese script is used, in Burma, the Burmese script, in central Thailand, the Thai script, and so on. In the West, Pali has almost always been written in the Roman script, that is to say, the same script we use to write English and other modern European languages. Of course, it's very nice to be able to read Pali in its indigenous scripts, perhaps even to read old manuscripts in different Theravada monasteries. But nothing is lost by not knowing them. What matters is being able to understand the texts. In fact, the Roman script has many advantages, since it comes with useful conventions such as punctuation. In traditional Theravada countries, up until the 20th century, Pali was written on palm leaf manuscripts with barely any punctuation at all. But now Pali is published in Roman script, full stops, commas and so on can be added, and this makes the grammar of Pali easier to follow. The important points about the Pali alphabet are as follows. First, Pali has a phonetic alphabet. Every sound corresponds exactly to a particular letter. This is unlike English, where the same letters can be pronounced differently. For example, the letters GH are pronounced differently in the English word light and doghouse. This can't happen in Pali. Every single letter has only one sound. Second, writing Pali in the Roman script often involves using two characters to convey a single Pali letter and sound. It is particularly important to note that the consonants which have the letter H after them represent a single letter. K is one letter. K, in other words KH, is also one letter. G is one letter. And G, in other words GH, is also just a single letter. In modern European languages, and especially English, there is no real difference in pronunciation between K and K. But in Pali the difference is important. Letters which contain the character H are aspirated, which means that their pronunciation includes a notable exhalation. So D is different from T, P from P, and so on. Third, some Pali letters have a very different pronunciation from English. So there is no th sound in Pali. Pali, th, is a single letter pronounced t. This is found in the word Theravada, which is not to be pronounced Theravada. Also note the pronunciation of the letter ch and ch. Pali thus has no letters corresponding to the English letters F, Z, or the two letters sh. The word Theravada also shows that in Pali vowels can be long or short. If they are long, they are often marked by adding a diacritic mark above them. Therefore the letter A is short, but with a diacritical mark above it is pronounced A. The same distinction applies to I and E, U and U. Diacritic marks are also found above or below a few other letters, most importantly the cerebral letters. Cerebral sounds are not usually found in English. They are sometimes called retroflex because they are pronounced with the tip of the tongue curled back against the hard palate. By contrast, for the dental sounds, the tongue is against the teeth and may even slightly protrude beyond them, as in French or Italian. English t and d thus falls between the cerebrals and dentals of Pali. The same applies to the two nasals in retroflex and dental, but in practice this distinction is often hard to hear. Finally, cerebral l, whether aspirated or unaspirated, is extremely rare. It never stands first in a word, and often it is not even included in the alphabet.